Hey everybody, it's Rob and Amanda from Hoosier Haunts. Happy Festivus Eve. Did you know it was Festivus Eve?
I didn't.
Do you know what Festivus is?
No, just tell me.
It's a made-up holiday that was on Seinfeld.
Oh.
For people that get angry around Christmas.
Oh.
So Festivus is where you adorn an aluminum pole and everybody airs their grievances with one another.
Oh.
And their saying was, Merry Christmas to you and Festivus for the rest of us.
Oh my God.
Hey, but we're not here to talk about Festivus. This is our first groundbreaking. That's not groundbreaking because we didn't break any ground. This is our opening salvo at Tech Talk. And we did that because we had some people say they'd like to learn more about the equipment we use.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy. Go ahead and wave real high because the camera's way up there.
No, I can see your whole body.
So tonight we're going to talk about EMF. Now that's probably one of the biggest things that most devices in the paranormal world look at. And we've got an array of things on the table here and we're going to talk about them. But EMF stands for electromagnetic field. And an electromagnetic field is magnetism and electrical charge that moves. So what you're measuring is the movement, not the actual charge. So there's a lot of devices in the ghost hunting world to do that. We're going to go over a handful of them tonight. There's even more than what you're going to see tonight that do this same thing. So Amanda is here.
Bobby says, hey guys, it's been forever. And then B says she misses my face. You'll see my face in a minute.
B, you'll see her face in just a minute. You just be patient there. Bobby, we miss you too. Hopefully you can go on one of our hunts this year. I know COVID kind of made everything weird. So hopefully we can get you out. But we're going to be talking about EMF. So we're going to start off with the device that most people are most familiar with in the ghost hunting world, the K2 meter. So Amanda,
let's turn it on.
Let's turn it on and take it away.
Hey, I got one thing. Do you want to explain what's going on in the background? Because we have people saying that it's hard to concentrate when there's something in the back.
Oh yes, I forgot. I forgot we're going big time tonight. So behind us on the big screen is, I'm going to try and guess it without looking, SLS footage from our last investigation.
Right now she's crawling.
It's a private investigation for some folks that live in central Indiana, so we can't really divulge anything about that. They were having some problems at their house, and this is our second visit trying to determine what's going on there. So what you're seeing behind us, we decided just to let it roll, is about a 15 to 16 minute segment of some SLS capture that we had. Okay, so without further ado, Amanda.
Okay, this is a K2 meter. This is my favorite thing to use because you just push a button and it comes on. And I had to make it cute, because I like cute things.
I like it.
But it's also really good to, if you go to a new location, you can run it around outlets or lights to see, if there's high EMF in the area before you start investigating. So.
And that's important because you never want to go, hey, we got ghosts. No, you got light switches.
Right. Right. So. There's the K2 meter.
The SLS will be explained on another live B, so you'll understand what that is behind them. We just played it to play it for tonight.
We thought you guys, we're trying to double dip on the fun stuff.
Yeah.
So the K2, and she put this skin on here, by the way. So you guys need to get real friendly with Amanda. She can probably hook you up. Because usually you'll see these, they're either all gray or all black. This is called a unidirectional device. In other words, it only reads in one direction. Now, when we use these, I don't know if you can see with all the stuff on the table, you usually set it down like that during an investigation, and people see the lights light up here on the end.
Can we turn the light off?
No, you don't need to. But the way this reads is in this direction, like straight through that way. So technically, you should have to stand it like that, but they don't make them to stand like that. Seems kind of counterproductive. But the reason this model was made was for people, electrical engineers, that were training to be full-on engineers. So a company made these so they could go around and check for electrical surges and electromagnetic fields that were unhealthy. It was just a handheld device, but the ghost hunting world figured out they work for ghosts too. So that's the K2 meter. You did a great job, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you took over because you definitely know more than
You feel good about
I
it?
do. Yeah, great.
All right.
Now we need to make a stand next,
Yeah.
since now I know that it's supposed to stand up.
Yes.
We'll
So
work on that 2022.
yes. So another one, and just in full disclosure, I mean, these guys tease me because I know a lot about equipment. But it's because I bought all the wrong crap first. So you learn the hard way. So this device too is also an EMF meter, and see the little lights are there on the end. But here's what I found, other than the annoying beep that you can't shut off, which I didn't like when I was doing an investigation, is this has a radius of at least an inch. So it only really works if the ghost goes, "Hi, I'm here." So that didn't work too good. So we didn't use that very long, but I got to pay for it anyway.
Rob Frank said, "I love the Richard Nixon poster. Can we contact him, the spirit?"
I am not a criminal. You'll know what that means. These guys don't; they're too young. All right, so the next thing we want to talk
Rick's
about.
in the room.
Rick is in the room. We're going to bring Tricky Ricky in here. He's going to talk to you a little bit about the ghost lantern.
Ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Come on in.
Yeah, me again.
You might want to sit there and sing that.
I know, I was about to cross in front of the camera.
You got to go low.
Yeah.
Alright, this is the lantern. Also detect EMF. And it basically works the same as the K2, except it goes around 360. And the more energy or EMF that the spirit puts out, the higher the density. Yeah, the intensity of the thing
Yes.
creeps up.
Yeah, so it'll go all the way through the range of colors, similar to the K2. Just how the K2 has a range of lights.
So
It's pretty.
It's pretty, and here's what Rob learned about this one. This works great if you hold it just so, and the ghost is at least this close at all times. Otherwise, it doesn't work too good. Right after Rob bought this, the manufacturer admitted this didn't work too good and made a brand new one that he'd like you to buy for $29.99.99. Actually, it was a couple $100. So Rob didn't buy it.
But I like how compact it is. too.
It's compact. The good thing is it's compact and you can see it 360. That was the whole premise behind this because, again, the K2 sets like this. If you're across the room, it's hard to see with the camera that it's going off. So I thought it might be a good idea. And in principle, it is a good idea. In practicality, it didn't work so good.
It did work at Bel Air House.
Once.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was
One
very
night.
pretty when it did.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got a lot more colors than the others.
Yeah.
It's a rainbow of colors. Anybody have any questions about the ghost lantern?
I'm not seeing anything.
The camera's way up there, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
I tried to do the perfect angle.
I appreciate that.
I didn't want your feet tapping away.
I hate when my feet are on the camera, and you need to get high for me.
Yeah.
The more level you are with me, the fatter I look. So, if you could get a little drone up there shooting down, I'd probably look like a rock star.
Those up angles are where it's at.
Yep.
alright.
Before I come on, do you want to talk about our next place we're on?
No.
Why?
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't know anything about it, even though stuff was posted. I don't like to read, so.
Yeah, we'll tell everybody about where we're going when we're done.
Okay.
So to keep interrupting the train of thought.
No, I got back in my pants.
Exit stage left.
Oh shoot, that's.
So,
Okay, you guys missed it.
introducing Carrie, star of stage and screen.
Hey everybody, it's been a while.
Only slightly pregnant. By the way, I do want to point out on the SLS, I was disappointed that when Carrie got in front of the camera, I could only see one person.
You wanted to see the little human?
I wanted to see the mini.
The mini
Carrie.
Carrie? Yeah. Yeah, I'm afraid she's going to be just like me.
I'm not afraid. I know it's a fact.
All right, so this is the ghost rope. And as you can see, I don't know how many feet long it is to you.
12.
12 feet? Okay. So it's like super long. It works the same way, except for this is more all the way around as far as picking up the
Electromagnetic
yep,
field.
there you go. I told you I was going to forget.
Each one of these little white cylinders is an EMF meter.
Right. And if you've been on one of our private investigations or one of our events or whatever, you have seen this used. We did, or Rob did get a second one, which we were just reviewing before this, where something went between the two and lit up the whole row, which was awesome.
Looked like an airplane landed.
Yeah. Now, with this, what I love about it and what I really want to happen is for a spirit to take off running
Thank
with
you.
it.
I was afraid you were not going to say what you wanted to have.
Right. No, I just want one time a spirit to take off, and they don't have to bring it back. It's not my money.
They got to bring it back.
But
I will film them running around the house all night with it, but at the end of the night, I'm taking it home.
Hey, they hide some stuff though.
That's true.
Are you gonna go search in the attic and the basement and everything for it? But
yeah.
So I'd never seen anything like this before until he got one. Another thing about it is you can actually circle an object like we did at Benton Farms, where we put it around a whole table, and then whatever we're interacting with at the table was able to get all these lights going too. So I love it, and I really think it's a useful tool. He has added this step on it because otherwise it just gets all tangled. I don't know what you'd call that.
Well, they sell it on Amazon. It's called Tangle Stop.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's a good name for it.
Yeah, it's made to keep cords from tangling.
So, but as you can see, it's got a variety of colors too. I think it has all the different colors that the lantern has too. Yeah.
We'll set it off with my phone.
Right.
I'm not holding a ghost. This is a phone.
On our private investigation this past weekend, I've never had it do what it did this last weekend, where it went like full on bright, like it lit up the whole house.
It was solid. It didn't go through. It went all the way to the top colors and just stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool. I hadn't seen it do that before either.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Just at one end of the rope.
Right. So, but no, this is probably my favorite now, and now we have two. But like I said, at the private the Friendsgiving, because I wasn't there, but I saw the footage of it where something went between the two, lighting the whole runway, even though you told it to do that.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. It's
the
just,
fact that Ghost listened to me was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's amazing when you have all this equipment, because if you do get interaction, you can say, okay, instead of that equipment, why don't you mess with this over here? And if it does, then that just verifies even more that there's something there. So, did you have anything else to add about the ghost rope? Because I love it, and someday it'll be gone. It'll just take off like a little.
No, but this thing's worked so well. This guy that makes these also makes a 36-footer. I'm seriously considering getting a 36-footer with the tangle stop, because then
That'd be a mess.
Well, that's why I didn't get the 36-footer, because I was like, I don't want to have to try and sort that out. I'll end up just throwing it in the trash.
Right. I wonder how they'll do, like at Ashmore or over in, where's it, Oilfield? That is Ashmore, isn't it?
That is actually.
Or Randolph County, where there's a long hallway. And some playful spirits, too. Like, just take off with it. Light up like Christmas, so.
Be our luck that it would take off with it while we're all downstairs taking a break.
Right. Not caught on camera.
Yeah, not caught on camera.
Where's it at?
Come back and it's like, the rope's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. But as long as they don't turn it on, I think it'd be easy to find in the dark. So.
You would think. Yeah.
But.
Of course, if we can pick it up and run with it, it can probably figure out how to shut it off.
Right, true. True. And they're pretty intelligent. So
that's Ghost Hunter dreams right there.
right. So yeah, like Rob was saying earlier, every 2 weeks we're coming back with some tech talk, and we'll be introducing more of our tools that we use.
Yep.
Some of the basic stuff too, where we don't have all the fancy stuff. So.
Yep. Alright. I'm going to talk about the millimeter next. Do you know about the millimeter? Do you know the story behind the millimeter?
Yes, I do, but you can share with them.
This is a millimeter. This is a fine tool. Works really well. Does the same thing all these do, just gives you a digital readout instead of lighting up in a color. And this little antenna is where it picks up its electromagnetic signal. But the interesting story behind this, and the reason why it's called MEL meter.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, but it's kind of cool too. MEL, MEL meter. This electrical engineer had a daughter that was, I believe she was in high school, and she had killed, if I remember the story right, coming back from the prom or something. And it was very near her birthday. So after the family mourned her passing and everything, they decided to go ahead and go forward with her birthday party. So they made a cake and everything, and they were all just kind of gathered telling stories. And they started noticing spiritual activity. And so the father, being intrigued, thought it might be his daughter, Melissa, Mel meter, Mel for Melissa, might be trying to communicate with him. So he invented this device, and for the next several years, every year on her birthday, they continued to have this same ritual where they gather family and friends together, sing her happy birthday, make a cake, and she would come and communicate with the family through the Mel meter. So that's the story of the Mel meter.
Pretty interesting. Pretty sad story though too.
Sad and interesting both, and that was the abbreviated version.
You could have told the 3-hour version.
Yeah, there's a longer version, but that's the gist of it. There's one device that you see a lot of ghost hunting teams use, and we as a team don't have one. It's called a tri-field meter. And a lot of times you'll see those with the analog gauge, which is the little needle that moves in front of the numbers. It's basically this device times 3. So if you remember, I said this device reads on one axis this way. The tri-field reads in 3 directions. So it reads this way, and then diagonally. So you're getting... You like that?
Yeah.
Stay alive! Stay alive!
Sandy wants to know if they sell the ropes online, and Bobby wants to know, where do you get the rope?
You can get them through Amazon.com, or you can go directly to the manufacturer, which is North Canton Paranormal Detectives. So ncpd.com. The ncpd.com will only allow 1 to a customer. That's why I have 2. Because I found them on Amazon.
I wonder why that is.
I probably can't manufacture them
Yeah.
fast enough, would be my guess. So
Yeah.
trying to limit it so that he doesn't run out in 5 seconds flat. So far, I think the most reliable device we've had as far as being versatile. I guess reliable is not the right word because all these other things work.
Well,
It's just this seems to be more user-friendly because you can do different things with it.
I also think just because it's over a longer space, like more space than a cat ball just being in a little inch of a space.
Well, right,
this is
like
spread out.
this or this, anything like this, if you're holding it in your hand, it's hard to get a ghost to come up and touch it while it's in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've got to set it away from you, and if you're trying to capture evidence in the dark, you can't. You may be seeing it with your own eyes, but maybe the camera's not picking up, so it makes it tough. Where this, you get a little more eye candy, I guess. But so there's the tri-field meter, which we don't have. I've thought about getting one, but it's kind of redundant. You can see we got a lot of different ways to do it. So I was like, why do we need just one more way to do it? But that's what you'll see on Ghost Adventures a lot. That's one of Zach's favorite.
Yeah.
It's up to 30 milligauss. All you need to know is, hey, there's a ghost here.
Yeah.
So this is the last device we use, and this one is kind of a crossover device. So back in the day, early on in the ghost hunting world, and I'm not sure why, people thought it was important to pick up footsteps, movement.
Make
So-
the footsteps.
Make with the footsteps. So this device reads that. And then a lot of people now are realizing that the atmosphere changes whenever there's a spirit around. So this reads hot and cold temperature, barometric pressure, and humidity. So it's got that. So it's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. The third thing it does is it reads EMF. So the EMF is the blue line. I gotta turn around so I can see what I'm doing. So you see the geophone down there at the bottom, that's movement. Let me see if I can take my phone and make this. Let me get the blue thing to go off. It may not pick it up.
But that is another
There we
interesting
go.
thing. is
So I don't know
if-
how well the camera's seeing that, but
Walkies,
I can't.
phones, any electronic devices obviously set a lot of this stuff off. So if you're in an investigation, you have stuff like this, make sure your phones are off or just not around. Because we've had our walkies go off and we're like, everything just lit up.
Carrie is notorious for calling me on my phone during an investigation for one reason or another, and every time she comes up with the same result. It was ringing right over there in his case. He doesn't even have it.
The thing is at the time I was not investigating. Sorry that you were, but I was not investigating. And I was trying to tell you what was going on. So, and we didn't have our walkies that time, but
That's true.
But I do know any electronic device you have on you will interfere with most of this equipment. Sometimes people want to use their phone for certain things, but you got to have it's airplane mode and stuff like that in order for it not to be set off.
Yep.
That's a very nice table.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Bought it at Goodwill for $10. It only took me $50 worth of material to make it stand on its own.
Right. So.
You too can get rich just like me. So these are just a handful of devices we use for EMF. Next week we're going to talk, or
2 weeks.
is it 2 weeks? Yeah, because the holiday, right? 2 weeks. What is the topic in 2 weeks? We don't know yet.
It's one of them. We wrote it down. I got a bubble in my throat right now, so.
Yeah, we know, but we just don't know
Yeah.
right this second.
At this second, we don't have it down, so you have to wait and watch.
Watch our page and we'll make a graphic that'll let you know what we're going to be looking at.
I do want to say this is going to take like a few weeks to go through because if you've ever been with us before, you know how many cases, especially Rob alone has, but then we all have separate cases.
We move like a small army.
Yeah. So, we have quite a bit of equipment, and and I know the most exciting one I think will probably be the SLS day that we do that. So, because a lot of people don't have experience with that, which B was asking about the stick figure, but that'll be another week.
Yep. Is it still playing behind us, or is it over?
It's over.
Oh, it was a great movie. Sorry I missed
Should
it.
Should I push play?
If you want to. But
We back.
so
So yeah, we'll go over the SLS. We'll go over thermal cameras. We'll go over IR cameras, full spectrum cameras, trigger objects. There's a lot of different things we use as trigger objects, so you get to see those. The importance of IR light. So that's a common mistake a lot of people make, and we had somebody at one of our events recently that bought a camera and said it didn't work real well, and the person didn't know that you need to have a light with it. So they're made to see in low light, but they're not made to see in no light. So infrared is just a spectrum they look in. So I always tell people it's akin to like on your cell phone. If you're going to take a selfie in a dark area, you need a flash. Just because the thing will take a picture doesn't mean you're going to get a good picture.
hey, it's kind of like those pictures I took at the prison that time. I jumped out of the truck taking pictures. I didn't have my camera put together or the ones I got taken off. But those are some good pictures.
Those were the greatest pictures ever. All right, does anybody have any questions?
About this, any of this.
Any of this? And we want to, if not, we'll move on to other topics.
I'm not saying anything yet, but we are a little delayed.
Okay. I feel blind because usually we're staring at the big screen and I can see the questions as they pop.
It's very little font up there.
Yes.
So.
I can tell you if I was sitting in her position, I'd be going, hey, somebody said blur.
I do know we had quite a bit of viewers earlier, so maybe
Okay.
just people are just taking it all in, and like I said, even if you have questions later, you can post them and we'll
Yep.
answer you to the best of our knowledge.
Remember, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people. Sorry. My boss that always used to say that.
But do we want to talk about our next investigation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We can talk about this one a little bit too. We already have to some degree.
Does anybody else want to trade out, or
Anybody want to
I'm
answer?
sorry, I wasn't at this one, so.
you want in or out? Or, yeah, I'm gonna try not to take the chair.
In or out, up or down.
So, this last weekend we did a private investigation. You probably didn't see anything on the page because we don't really post about that kind of stuff, but went to help out a family in Anderson, or try to. The first time we were there, we got some great SLS footage that the Spirit erased for us. So when we went to review the whole night, we had all the footage leading right up to when the SLS camera turned on. It went all pear-shaped, and then it picked back up and turned right back on the minute we turned the SLS off. So we got the Spirit zapped our stuff on that one. So the people knew that they had some activity, but couldn't quite define it. We were there to try and help define it. So Rick, you want to talk a little bit about what you experienced there and your thoughts on the investigation?
I did see a white mist over in the dining room.
Black Mist Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Well, I just didn't know why I called it a white mist. Could have been any color.
No, it was a
Why
white
you guys single out?
I did not see it, and I was in the room, but I was facing the opposite direction.
And I heard some footsteps upstairs.
Okay.
We had the hallway go dark.
Very dark.
Mm-hmm.
What was your assessment? If you were the lone investigator there and you had to assess what you think's happening and explain it to the homeowner, what would you say happened?
I see you got a
Got a mighty fine ghost there.
your spirit or spirits
Mm-hmm.
that are residing here, but I didn't detect anything malicious. Pretty much benevolent.
Okay.
Nothing to be worried about.
Yeah, I was never scared there. I never got that feeling. Like, I'm afraid of the dark, but
That's a whole different fair.
yeah. But I mean, but I mean, like, normally on an investigation, I get that uneasy feeling, and I didn't get that this
Yeah.
place.
What was your thoughts on the investigation, Carrie?
I thought it was very interesting for a private investigation that you guys have already been to once. You got a similar activity this time as you did last time. I'm with Rick. I don't think anything is out to hurt anybody. I think I felt like there was at least two spirits. When we brought up that name that came to you, then we were getting interaction with that, but I'm not sure that she was there. I think it might have had something to do with her, but I believe there was a kid and a man, maybe.
So the name that came to me, that was kind of weird. It just kind of flashed into my head, was the name Ruth. We didn't capture it on camera, sadly, because Murphy's Law is wherever you point the camera. The thing that's happening is not where you're pointing the camera.
But your excitement was awesome when you did turn the camera.
You can hear, as the camera's pointing the wrong direction, me go, wow! So, because I get excited like a little kid when that stuff happens. But, sorry about your...
What did you do? Slap his leg?
No, he's like...
Yeah. I just heard slap, and I'm saying, did you just slap Rick's leg instead of your own?
Hey there, big boy. Yeah, there was a lot of similar activity the first time we were there, in all the same places. There's the dining room activity, and then I guess I'm going to call it the craft room upstairs, the spare bedroom. We got SLS figures last time in both those rooms. Happened to get on this investigation. There's a lot of stuff just kind of happening randomly around the house. That happened the first time around. And it struck me as, most likely more than just one spirit. I don't think anything there is malicious or has ill intent. I know that the one homeowner seemed to attract more spiritual activity than the other, and I suggested to him, maybe trying to talk to a medium or something. They may have an attachment they brought with them into that house because they haven't been there that long, and now it's like making a Murphy stew. It's mixing with the spirits that were in the house, and that's why they're finally seeing more activity than they did before they moved in there.
And they watch on they have equipment in there they use. And they got close tabs on what's going on.
Yeah, which was very interesting. Like towards the end of the night, the homeowner kept seeing orbs, which I couldn't see. And then she confirmed on her camera that there were orbs. So some strange light play at least. But no, it was definitely a great investigation. And it's weird because it's not very far from our other private investigation in that same general area.
Yeah. I mean, probably 7 minutes apart.
Maybe like 2-3 blocks away, yeah.
So it was pretty odd. In that area of the state, there was a lot of Native American structures there over the years that have gotten wiped out. So who knows? We're all living on ancient Indian burial grounds, so.
Right.
But, okay, so I guess the last thing to talk about is upcoming team event, right? We're going to Octagon Hall. That's in January.
January 15th.
January 15th. That's in Kentucky.
We're going to take the short way this time.
Yeah, the last time we went to Kentucky, it was located somewhere just north of Miami.
Hey, all I have to say with you guys sitting there, I just think of you guys stuck in traffic on the way home.
Yeah, if we flipped.
Yeah. They were stuck in traffic for quite a while. Rob just wanted to get home.
2.5 hours, 50 feet out of Newcastle. It was all uphill in the rain, so it didn't go back.
Now, this place dates back Civil War, and it was built by Andrew Jackson Caldwell. And I don't know a whole lot about it.
Was he named after the president?
I think so. But it's all related with the Civil War.
That's interesting.
And I guess there's cemetery and stuff around here too.
Yeah. Well, generally, like in those houses dated that time, there's like secret passages in the walls and stuff too.
Funny
You want me to fit through one of those? I'll send Amanda. Yep.
Bush.
Yeah.
So it's not an overly large location, my understanding, right?
Fair size.
But I mean, it's not like 10,000 square feet.
No,
It's more like 2,000 square feet or
2,000
so.
or 3,000.
So we're going to check it out. There's been a lot of teams that have went there over the years. It's one I've been wanting to go to for quite a while, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I hope we get some good activity. We'll do a live if
If we have Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi reaches all the way to Miami. And for those of you that don't know, we did a little team getaway, and we went through a wormhole and came out somewhere in Kentucky. All I can say for a fact is I've gotten in my car in this city and been in Georgia in the same amount of time it took us to go from here to Kentucky.
But it was a fun trip.
I don't even know how that's possible. I mean, I swear I saw the same cow 4 times.
I think we were going to have to sleep in the truck at one point. Now, what was interesting about the directions there was the cows in the barns and fence.
Yeah, the cabin we went and stayed at, the directions, I'll just give you a little snippet of them. Go till you see the barns and turn right, and then you should see a lot of cows.
And fences.
And fences. And you know what? We did.
For miles, it seemed
Miles
like.
and miles and miles.
But once we got there, it was fun.
Yeah, yeah.
The cabin was great. We had a blast once we got there, but I swear to God, I always thought Kentucky was just south of Indiana.
But the trip that we're talking about with Sandy laughed. Hey, Elbow, we miss you. The way back was funny because there was a storm coming. Rob just wanted to get home and get laid down before dark. You had to work the next day.
I had to work the next day and had all the junk in my truck, all my paranormal equipment and vacation equipment.
And Crystal told him not to get on 70, but did they listen? Nope. At one point, I texted him. He said he was on his last piece of gum.
Yeah, she said, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm on my last piece of gum."
So
We were literally stopped in traffic,
yeah.
barely off of the on-ramp
Yeah.
for 2.5 hours.
Just far enough off the on-ramp that you couldn't go backwards and get back on the on-ramp because the whole pile of cars behind us.
But I'd say that's a bonding experience for them, wouldn't you think? Yeah.
You're a better man because of that.
Bondoed.
We'd have been plastered, we'd have had a better time.
Elbow said miss you guys too. Elbow is going to Kentucky with us, and so is Deb, right?
Yeah, hope so.
So it's been a while since we've had all of us, but
Looking forward to that, honestly.
yeah.
Me too. I'm excited.
Yeah. So, and this year's going to look a little different, but we'll just keep watching our page, and that'll be that.
And we'll try to get the history.
I thought you were really going to say something
I really
there.
was going to say something. I really had something to say, and then it went. The sad part for me is knowing that we may have Kentucky and one more, maybe, before I'm done for a little bit. So that's so sad. But
So you're going to take a paranormal break.
gonna take paranormal maternity leave. So
Para-maternity leave.
yeah, do I get paid for this? Because I don't get paid on my other job.
We will double the income we're paying now.
Okay, that's great. I'll get rich real quick. But
All right. Well, hey, it was great being back and talking with you guys again. I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas and a safe holiday. Happy New Year. Don't drink and drive because we will investigate your ass. So keep it safe. All right. And again, I hope everybody gets everything they want from the big fat guy. And I'm not talking about me. All right.
Or me.
but from all of us at Hoosier Haunts, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you guys next year.
Merry Christmas. Peace out.
Yeah.
Bye.